Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. Again, I had to come back because a moment ago I was really on a roll telling you about this wonderful creator that you should write in on the ballot for the leadership of the United States of America when my battery abruptly stopped on me. But I'm back. And I want to say to you, as I was saying, why you should pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm saying that your candidates, they're running out, they're known by the amount of money that they get, the people that support them. And no money has ever supported this message that I've been giving you. And this message that I've been giving you has been around for at least since I've been doing it for 36 years. But I understand that there are many good men and women out here. Some of some religious faith, some just good people. But to go against an established order that's been in existence all of your lifetime, and all of your parents' lifetime, and all of your grandparents' lifetime, it's very hard to go against that. And I understand that. I've made sacrifices that put myself in a position that would drive me. I realize that the people in this country who suffer the most are the ones who really, really need some love. And I put myself in their place because I know for a fact that the Creator did not make them poor like they are, did not make them to be killed in battles like they are. These are the decisions of other people who don't want to follow the Creator's rules. I know this for a fact. But I do know the Creator's rule produces peace. It produces prosperity. It produces joy across wherever it is used. And so I want you to know this. So I have to drive myself sometime. I make myself suffer when I quit the job at the VA, when I don't work other than to do something to wake you up. There's no check for that. My present wife has been blessed by the God, and I've been blessed by her affection for God because she's put up with me having no cash all of this time, but I still allow myself to suffer. I know that people who are poor don't really have health care. Me, myself, I used to be a good-looking man when I was younger. I'm older now, and I don't expect to look like I did when I was young, but I expect to look like a good old man. But I've sacrificed. For instance, I've allowed my health to deteriorate for the simple reason that there are people who don't have perfect health or don't have good health. My reason is not just to not have good health, but to let that motivate me to stand up for people who don't have that proper health care. My dental care, I suffer so much, and the only thing that allows me to go that extent is that I've seen a movie of Gandhi, and he's saying his dental care was terrible. So I figure a man, great man like Gandhi can look like that, then I can look like that. Not that I want to look like that, but it is a condition that the poor have to suffer. And I tell myself if I'm in that same way, I would stand up. I say to them, stand up. But if I'm in that position and don't stand up, then I can't say anything to them. But it motivates me to stand up in their stead. And since you got health care and dental care and stuff like that, and you're looking wonderful, this doesn't concern you. But the compassion, the truth that I bring to you should motivate you to understand where God is coming from. And so I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, all of the future, whether it's bad or good, is in your hands. Now, I know that there are a lot of people out there of faith, Christian people, people who are perhaps of other faiths, but it's all centered toward a divine God. And I want to tell you, that divine God is one and speaks with one voice. That voice is love, not hate. This thing about hell burning forever is not of God. This thing about the strong take over the weak is not of God. This thing about killing in battle because people are defending their rights against you is not of God. This decision of going and blowing up yourself and killing other innocent people because you mad is not of God. The issue of God is to love and stand up for what's right. And if you're killed for what's right, I tell you, you don't even have to worry about if you're killed for what's right. The journey in standing up for what's right is so fantastic that you already got your reward. Now, I'm not talking about just deciding that you're going to stand on the right side. No, that has its own problems. Just standing on the right side. It has its own problems, but it has its own benefits as well. But the benefits I'm talking about, the joy that the world can't give and the world can't take away, that's when it becomes a part of you. When you see peace for everybody and you can't settle for it, anybody being without it. When you see prosperity so fantastic and there are those that without any of it, you can't stand for that. Why? Because the God in you, the creative power, the love in you will not go for it. Just won't stand it, won't have it. And so I'm asking you of faith. Your God, your supreme power has not been like that in your sight. In your sight, in your understanding, has not been like that. In my understanding, it has been like that. Because you couldn't see it, because you didn't see it, because you perhaps are listening to others in a book, maybe written by them or somebody, but meaning something. What? Well, it varies because there's so many denominations. But what's in your heart, what you have seen, and many of you have not been able to interpret what God is, or the Creator has done for you. But some of you have gone through so much stuff that you knew it was the Creator. All you have to do is accept it. And I know it's complicated because you're still living in a world that says you're crazy. You're living in a world that if you have some effect, they'll kill you. And you know this. And so why do I stand up like this saying that I'll kill you? I was watching television, I was on the internet one night working on some stuff that was in me to share with you. And out from the back of the screen coming toward the front says, Jesus is a black man and he smokes weed. And I laughed. I said, is this the CIA? Is this a part of the New World Order trying to subliminally stick something in my mind or people like me in our mind so we will actually start standing up as if we are Jesus? Would we? Is that what was happening? I laughed at it. See, what happens is this. I've lived in this world and I've seen this all ever since I was 28 years old. I've seen this world in America. It's like hell. Y'all think it's the greatest nation on the face of the earth. To me, it's hell. And why is it hell? It's hell because I have seen a better America, a much better America. And that is the America I want. I'm not satisfied with this stuff. I'm not satisfied, so satisfied that I'm going to the polls to vote for the lesser of two evils, making that evil stronger either way. That's people who are blind. They do that. People who can see don't do that. That's why people are saying that Christian people or people of God have no God in them because they're sitting right there voting in that booth for the lesser of two evils rather than standing up for God. Ain't that something? I'm saying to you, I understand why you've been doing it. But now you also know that you are not fooling anybody. The challenge has come for us not to just get rid of that evil that's running for office, but to get rid of the evil in the society. There is suffering. Let me tell you this, and then this is going to blow your mind, but I don't want you to miss it. The first thing and one of the greatest essentials that we do is get rid of that which is called the self-replacing God. Now, what is that that's called the self-replacing God? It sits behind the curtain, manipulating everybody. That's where it sits. And it has some people there that you know and some people that would shock you if you know that they were sitting behind that curtain. But how are we going to get to them? How are we going to get to those people behind that curtain? Well, we're going to turn and resist their bait. What is their bait? Their bait is the dollar bill or whatever they have put value on. Whether it's paper, whether it's gold or diamonds or silver or whatever. We're going to deny the value of it. And once we deny the value of it, we don't depend on it anymore. We go about our business doing our jobs, but not just any job. Now we do jobs that we were born to do, the jobs that give us the greatest joy. And when we are doing those jobs, we will see that it will create goods and services that are essential for every human being on the face of the earth. In other words, they're common. And because the joy and the excitement from that, That Creator is constantly giving us new aspirations, new desires, and we can travel forward and see the world expand because we now have put on this earth hands of the Creator, eyes of the Creator, mind of the Creator, heart of the Creator. Not, and you know what? We're not going to try to punish those behind the curtain. We're going to extend to them the same love that has been extended to us. And we're not going to let them trick us. Because we, my friends, are creating heaven here on earth by the power of God. And this enemy can go someplace else. Just go someplace else. Thank you so very much for listening. I hope I've said something that helped somebody. If not, I'm grateful that it helped me. Bye-bye.